Welcome to the Las Vegas Review-Journal live coverage as we head into the new year. You're taking a live look at the Strip from our stadium cam. There you can see the Luxor, Excalibur, a little bit of T-Mobile Arena. Not so much traffic going on there. No surprise as we head into what is probably one of the most different New Year's Eve celebrations that we have seen in a long time. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I'm Carrie Roper. Can you believe it? We are just 3 hours away from a new year here in Nevada, but on the East Coast, they're already minutes into 2021. We have our team around the valley with the latest updates, and we'll be checking in with them shortly. But first, plans have been changing, it seems, almost by the hour. For those who are hoping to ring in the new year on Fremont Street and had purchased tickets in advance, those plans were canceled earlier today. Very surprising. The pedestrian mall had been preparing to have as many as 14,000 visitors this evening, according to state officials. And they'd also received a special use permit from the city of Las Vegas. But just hours ago, Fremont Street experienced restricted access to the pedestrian mall to hotel guests only. Fremont Street Experience said the shift in plans came after consultation with health officials. As you can see from our footage here, definitely different from years prior as we get a look at the walk on Ogden Avenue, which is typically packed by this time. There you can go ahead and see the canopy, which just got a really nice renovation not too long ago, but not too many people walking along the Strip. You do see a couple of face masks there. There's a look at Circa, which just opened. Lots going on. With Fremont Street Experience quieter than years past, the one thing that we are still hoping to see is the amazing fireworks display from the plaza. Our reporter James Schaefer is in downtown Las Vegas now with the latest. James?
Yeah, most of Las Vegas will be going without fireworks tonight, but down here, the Plaza Hotel will be lighting up downtown Las Vegas to bring in the new year. Now, if you are watching this, you are probably not at a venue where you can celebrate, so here we have a list of a few places that you can still make it to. These include, but are not limited to, Area 15, Caesars Palace, Commonwealth on Fremont, the Cosmopolitan, the Cromwell, Gold Spike, the Venetian, and for those of you around the valley, PT's Taverns. One more thing we'd like to add, I don't know if you can hear it, but we are hearing a couple pops of people doing fireworks from around the valley. Sounds like people that are not able to celebrate New Year's Eve on the Strip, but instead of bringing the new year at home. Back to you, Carrie.
Thank you, James. And we have received reports from around town about fireworks displays in neighborhoods, so definitely something to keep our eye on. And from downtown to the west side of the valley, we've got you covered. Review-Journal reporter Al Mancini is checking out the dining scene over at Desert Shores. Al?
I'm Al Mancini with the Las Vegas Review-Journal and the Desert Shores community right here on the beautiful Lake Jacqueline, a wonderful man-made lake on the west side of town. I'm at Americana, a great restaurant which is having its second seating right now. The champagne has been flowing for a little while. Looks like the first course might be about to come out. People very elegant over here at Desert Shores tonight. A very kind of refined vibe going on inside Americana. Also a few doors down at Marche Bacchus, also on this great lake. There are a lot of people just very dressed up, elegant, having a great time. For the people that I'm speaking to here tonight, this is their New Year's Eve. Some of them are going to stick around this area until about midnight. A few others are going to head home to home parties, but this is pretty much the gist of their New Year's Eve, and they're having a great time. Over at Marche Bacchus, there's actually a little bit of live music. They've got Paul Shortino, who was the star of Raiding the Rock Vault on the Strip. He's doing a little bit of a out of his comfort zone set, doing some softer music tonight. So just a fun vibe at Desert Shores. The restaurant's really pulling out all the stops to keep things fancy. Back to you guys.
Al Mancini, thank you so much. Working hard out there. And if you're like Al going from one side of town to the next, you might want to be aware of some of the road closures that are ahead for you. Over in downtown, we will see 4th Street between Ogden and Carson Avenues, as well as Casino Center Boulevard between Ogden and Carson, closed off until 4 a.m. on Friday. That's according to City of Las Vegas officials. Over by the Strip, Las Vegas Boulevard, we'll be seeing a little bit of changes. There'll be closed to vehicle traffic between Reno Avenue just south of Tropicana and Spring Mountain Road. Also vehicle restrictions happening from eastbound Trop at Industrial and Dean Martin Drive. eastbound Flamingo Road and at Valley View Boulevard. So there's a lot going on as far as road closures go. There you can see our map highlighting. You'll see on your right-hand side Fremont Street, and then the road closures stretching from beyond Palazzo all the way back to the other side of the strip past Excalibur. So definitely something to keep your eye on. While we aren't seeing the typical crowds on the roads preparing to ring in the new year, that is because many, like yourself watching this now, are at home. But that doesn't mean you don't get a show, thanks to the LVCVA, who is preparing to blow up 2020 in style. The LVCVA announced it will forgo the usual New Year's Eve fireworks show on the Las Vegas Strip due to COVID-19. Instead, a virtual celebration will take place that implodes a large 2020 sign so you can watch from the comfort of your home just before midnight. We'll have that for you here on our Review Journal Facebook page as it happens, so be sure to join us just before midnight right here. The fireworks display being organized by the Plaza Hotel and Casino could be in jeopardy, with wind gusts reaching up to 20 miles per hour, according to the National Weather Service, something the Pyrotechnics team at the Plaza told us earlier today has been a concern.
I'm here at the Plaza Hotel down in Las Vegas downtown, setting up one of the only fireworks shows here for New Year's Eve of 2020. We put a lot of man-hours into making this work for everybody, and with the wind and everything else, we really hope we're going to make this happen and put on a good show and get some smiles back in people's faces. The main big concern about anything when anyone's setting up any kind of firework is a fallout zone, meaning that you have the debris, you have the ashes, you have the chance that something might not ignite and come down. So all that stuff comes in factor. So if you have buildings that are close up, then you have to watch your heights, you have to watch how long they go, you have to watch how big your piece might be. So what's going to happen with the weather is when the fire marshal gets here, and we will have to determine and make a call pretty much right down to the wire of when the show is going to happen, because we all know we want to make this happen, but again, like we're telling everyone, safety is first. Safety is our priority. So by doing that, it's literally, we're looking at the wind, we got our wind gauges out, we're checking the wind gusts, we're hoping that during that one moment the wind drops, because again, it's just a matter of us not hitting the button.
Just up to the minute there. Well, there's no doubt this was a year filled with uncertainty, but before we look ahead to 2021, we wanted to reflect on some of the better things about this past year. Hard to find at times, but we asked you to share one positive thing about 2020 on our social media channels, and we love what we heard from you. Melissa Lujan saying, "I beat breast cancer this year." Congratulations, Melissa. Another person mentioning that they got to travel to all four corners of the U.S. I'm not going to kind of go into that travel, but I'm assuming you were safe. I'm assuming you got to see it before you went, before we kind of shut down back in March. But either way, travel something definitely we all want to get back to sooner rather than later. And we also have Diane McClain saying that she got to stay a week inside Rocky Mountain National Park with a friend who was working there for the summer. So awesome. And finally, Brian Jackson saying what many of us are thinking, finding the positive in 2020. It's over. Well, we love seeing your comments. Please keep them coming, and we'll be sure to check and share them during our next check-in at 10:30. As mentioned, we've been here every 90 minutes. We're not going anywhere. We're here for breaking news as it happens, as well as the biggest updates as it happens around the valley. Stay with us as we continue our live coverage heading into the new year, including an interview with director Zoe Bowie, also the son of singer David Bowie, from our entertainment columnist John Castellamides. He has that exclusive interview coming up. And if you're looking for something new to add into your new year, be sure to check out and download our free RJ mobile app to get breaking news alerts sent straight to your phone. I'm Carrie Roper for the Las Vegas Review Journal. We'll see you back here at 10:30.